chance?
It's very important to me. More importantly, it's important to our team. We understand that it's been a while since we've beaten them. They're a good team. They always come prepared. They have a great coaching staff that always has them prepared as well. So we're going to do everything we can this week to prepare as well and be ready for Saturday.
What do you think the key will be?
The biggest and most important key the last couple of years has been turnovers. We've turned the ball over way too many times. They've done a good job of forcing turnovers. Our defense has to force turnovers as well as our offense has to hold on to the football. And if we execute more than them and if we put in the work throughout the week, we'll be successful on Saturday. It's all about putting in the work throughout the week.
0-4 though doesn't sound good. So
Yeah, it's not good.
What's
so
the confidence?
how about you personally then? I mean, I know you grew up in Utah and you played high school here. You watched the rivalry since you were young. So can you put it more in personal terms?
It means a lot to me, for sure. I mean, it's a game that I've always watched growing up as a rivalry. It's a game that I don't take lightly. That it's more than any other game. For someone to say that it's not, that's their opinion. To me, it is more than just a regular game because it's a rivalry. It's such a historical rivalry, and it means a lot to me. To be able to play well against an opponent that time and time again comes in ready to go means a lot.
Confidence level-wise, where's this team at? Not just for Utah, but just in general.
I think it's on the rise. We had a great win last week or 2 weeks ago, but we have to put that behind us. We have to ride the wave of confidence, of execution, but at the same time we have to be able to continue to build on our execution, continue to build our passing game that needs some work, and we've done a good job in the last week and a half, and we'll continue to improve.
Obviously, Utah sees the video too. They see what you guys were able to do on the ground against Texas, so obviously they're going to try and stop that. Do you anticipate there being more of a passing role this week?
Sure. I think they're going to put a lot of guys in the box to try to stop our run. We anticipate them doing some cover one kind of stuff like that. So we have to take advantage of those matchups, exploit Cody and Ross outside, and Skyler and whoever, and Mitch, whoever's out there. They have to do a good job of catching the football, getting open.
Do you guys feel like you need to give Taysom confidence? Because a lot of people are talking about his accuracy right now. Do you guys go up to him? I mean, how do you guys handle that as his teammates?
We just have to continue to make plays for him. His confidence is going to rise if we make plays for him. It's not necessarily anything we say or do, or say per se, it's what we do that's going to give him confidence. And so as we continue to make plays, his confidence will continue to rise.
What have you seen from the Utah defense? When you look, I mean, they're giving up points. They're there to be had. So
sure, they're a good defense. Fundamentally, they're pretty sound. It's just they've had some big plays on them. And so if we can continue to execute and not turn the ball over, we'll be fine. But that's our biggest keys is we have to control the football, we have to control field position special teams wise, and we have to continue to execute.
J.D, special teams has been a critical role the last couple of years. Talk about how big a role you're expecting that to be this week.
Well, I mean, you look at the last probably 5 games, and all but I think one of them have come down to the very last play, which in turn becomes a special teams play. So those are huge. If we're not very assignment sound on special teams, we could be in a world of hurt. But our coaching staff has done a very good job of, telling us, or however you want to say it, of giving us the perspective that special teams are very, very important and they're going to win us or lose us a game.
Is home field advantage overrated in this series?
No, I don't think so, because Utah has a very good crowd. Our crowd has done a very, very good job this year against Texas, and I think it can play a big role if we play to our ability. If we don't play to our ability, they can kill our crowd. So I think having home field advantage probably helps us.
Not asking specifics, but if you'd like to offer them, that's great. How intense does the on-the-field stuff get?
You try to let them do the talking if they are going to talk, and just play the game. Sometimes it being a rivalry, there's extra emotions, but you have to put those behind you and just play. It comes down to the team that's going to execute and the team that's going to take care of the football, plain and simple.
When you recovered the block kick last year and kept running, bought your team an extra play. What sticks out about that play to you?
I just try to do my job. We've had a couple guest speakers come in and some guys that are American heroes. And the simple fact is they were doing their job. I just did my job. I knew that if I continued to fight until the whistle blew, it might give us another chance. It so happened it did. We didn't take advantage of it, so to be honest, it doesn't mean anything because we didn't take advantage of it. But if we can have 11 guys do their job, who knows if that outcome is different last year.
And for people that maybe haven't been in a rivalry type situation, kind of explain those emotions of when you saw that final kick miss.
I mean, a lot was said about it. A lot was said about my reaction, and it is what it is. I mean, it's a rivalry game. The emotions are heated. Well, not heated, I should say. The emotions run high. But those that can control their emotions, those that can, like I continually say, can take care of the football and execute will be just fine.
Along those lines, how do you keep playing loose? Because you guys said that you played loose against Texas. That really helped you play really, really well. When you get into an emotional atmosphere, sometimes that makes guys tighten up. How do you guys keep the team?
Continue to stay positive. We're going to make mistakes throughout the game. It's bound to happen. But if we can continue to rally around each other, lift each other up, know that we're in this together, no one's going anywhere, it tends to help dudes relax a little bit. I think if we can get our feet wet in the game, with the crowd, with the rivalry, everything like that, and just settle ourselves down and just play football, we'll be just fine. And the sooner guys realize that, the better off we'll be on Saturday.
Hey, J.D., the execution of the offense in the passing games probably got to be a little bit more crisper than, say, maybe against Texas. Talk about maybe the execution aspect of the pass game being an intricate facet of maybe beating Texas or maybe beating Utah this game.
I think it's the same as Texas. I don't know if it necessarily changes. We do need to execute passing the ball, but if we continue to run the ball, that'll open it up for our throwing game. But I don't necessarily think there's a huge difference.
Yeah, when you look at Utah playing like a cover one from a slot receiver position, talk about how the defense defends in a cover one.
They like to press you. They like to try to be physical off the line. And so if you can beat that press coverage, a lot of things open up. We'll see what they give us. Hopefully they do press us, but only time will tell.
Yeah, is it very similar to Virginia?
A little bit different.
A little bit different. More like Texas?
Even different than them. They ran some zone stuff, and they were more off. So we'll see.
So not a whole lot of preparation from those two games heading into the Utah game?
A lot of it helps execution-wise, but if we continue to run our stuff, it doesn't really matter what the defense does.
3 keys to victory?
Turnovers, if we can hold on to the ball, execution, and just our sure effort.
J.D. Falslev.